G'day and welcome to the Ruralco weekly Southern Basin market update for the 25th of March. Well, Southern Basin storages are at 44% compared to 55% this time last year. And while there's been some small amount of rain in the storages that have added a little bit of inflow, drawdown for usage has exceeded that. That's why we've seen those storage volumes continue to decrease over the last couple of weeks. We'll keep tracking those recent rain events in Queensland. In the south, we expect some of that water to get into the Darling catchment. We'll just see what happens with this cyclone that's tracking around Australia at the moment and whether it gets into the catchments later into next week. Well, with some small recent rainfall events after that massive event we had a couple of weeks ago, we've seen usage decrease and demand in that space decrease. And that's led to a bit of volatility in the allocation market over the last week. Prices have seen a noticeable drop. Below the choke, current prices today are $4.25 to $4.30. Above the choke, they're $300 to $3.10. In the Bidgee, it's $4.50 to $4.60. And in Goulburn, it's $3.20 to $330 a megalitre. As I said, we've seen those little bits of rain. There's a little bit of less usage at the moment, a lot of water available to the market, just creating a bit of volatility. If we see some buyers enter to pick up, that could potentially drive that price back up. But at the same time, it is slowly falling away just due to supply in the market. Permanent entitlement market continues to be competitive with a clear lift in demand across major zones, including New South Wales Murray, Murrumbidgee and Victorian high reliability. All of those markets across the valleys are seeing significant competitiveness at the auctions and interest from buyers, especially in that Goulburn and in Vic Murray 7. We continue to receive acceptances from the Commonwealth for that response to tender 1 from EOI 1. And just a reminder that those who are going to resubmit pricing under that response for tender 2, those responses are due by the 8th of April. So make sure you speak to your Ruralco water broker to make sure you've got your plans in place for that. In the forward market, carryover and leases, these are still highly sought after. We are seeing demand from buyers, particularly major horticulture buyers in that space. They are looking for products to secure their supply into next year. And if you're maybe a smaller horticultural user, and this is not a product you've used in the past, given that volatility going to next year and storage volumes, maybe a great time to talk to your local Ruralco water broker about how these products might be able to suit you and your needs, securing your supply into next year. Finally, Ruralco Water over the month of April is hosting webinars with an update in each of the major valleys. More details will be available on our website, and if you're a subscriber to our newsletter, you'll see that come through in the newsletter as well. Thanks and have a great week.